Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Today, I will be covering the topic of prayer and meditation in the Baha'i Faith. But before we begin, a special prayer from Hazrat Abdul Baha, enchanted in Chinese, will be played and dedicated to all those who have been directly or indirectly impacted by the coronavirus pandemic worldwide, or by any other illnesses. No matter where you are in the world, prayer is the ideal spiritual avenue to aid in the world's speedy recovery. Hazrat Baha'u'llah has guided people to heal their ills through a combination of assistance from proficient physicians and the recitation of healing prayers. Abdul Baha has mentioned disease is of two kinds, material and spiritual. He adds, both kinds of remedies should be considered, and thou shouldst accept the physical remedies as coming from the mercy and favor of God, who hath revealed and made manifest medical science, so that his servants may profit from this kind of treatment also. Thou shouldst give equal attention to spiritual treatments, for they produce marvelous effects. Furthermore, Abdul Baha writes, ask whatsoever thou wishest of him alone. With a look he granteth 100,000 hopes. With a glance he healeth 100,000 incurable ills. With a nod he layeth balm on every wound. It makes no difference where we come from, what our social status is, what language we pray in. Prayer is for all. Prayer plays a significant role in uplifting our souls, purifying our hearts and minds, and helping us seek connection, guidance, and love from God. In the Baha'i Faith, the central figures of the faith have written prayers meant for various purposes and times of day, like, for example, mornings, evenings, families, children, assistance, steadfastness in God, and so on. There are also 3 obligatory prayers, including the short, medium, and long obligatory prayers, in which Baha'is are free to choose to recite one or more of the prayers each day. The short prayer is to be recited between noon and sunset. The medium obligatory prayer is to be recited in the morning, noon, and at night, and the long obligatory prayer is to be recited once in a 24-hour period. Ablutions are carried out before the recitation of obligatory prayers, and individuals praying stand in the direction of Baha'u'llah's shrine while reciting them. Prayers can be said individually or in gatherings. Around the world, you will find Baha'is taking part in devotional gatherings held with friends, neighbors, families, loved ones, coming from a variety of ethnic, religious, and social backgrounds. Participants are able to offer prayers and reflect on quotations and writings of the Baha'i Faith. Such meetings are illumined with the light of oneness and help promote unity and diversity throughout communities. The Baha'i Feast, held once every 19 days, enables Baha'i communities around the world to gather together in a spirit of love, spirituality, consultation, and devotion to discuss community affairs, recite prayers, ponder on the topic of spiritual progression, share endeavors to contribute to the betterment of society, and observe guidance on a variety of community topics from the local spiritual assemblies, which is the local governing body of the Baha'i community. According to the Baha'i World News Service, there are greater than 5 million Baha'is in the world, comprised of individuals belonging to around 2,100 native tribal, racial, and ethnic groups. Baha'is dwell in greater than 100,000 regions. Many divine writings from Baha'u'llah have revealed the important function of prayer and meditation in our daily lives. I will now be reading some quotations relevant to our topic of prayer. In the synopsis and codification section of the Kitab Aqdas, the most holy book of Baha'u'llah, similar to the Christian Bible, the Muslim Quran, Jewish Torah, and so on, Baha'u'llah writes, "Immerse yourselves in the ocean of my words, that ye may unravel its secrets, and discover all the pearls of wisdom that lie hid in its depths." There is nothing sweeter in the world of existence than prayer. The most blessed condition is the condition of prayer and supplication. Abdul Baha, Star of the West. The true worshipper, while praying, should endeavor not so much to ask God to fulfill his wishes and desires, but rather to adjust these and make them conform to the divine will. Only through such an attitude can one derive that feeling of inner peace and contentment, which the power of prayer alone can confer. Shoghi Effendi, Letter to an Individual Believer. Strive that your actions day by day may be beautiful prayers. Turn towards God, and seek always to do that which is right and noble. Enrich the poor, raise the fallen, comfort the sorrowful, bring healing to the sick, reassure the fearful, rescue the oppressed, bring hope to the hopeless, shelter the destitute. Abdul Baha, Paris Talks. O brother, we should open our eyes, meditate upon His word, and seek the sheltering shadow of the manifestations of God, that perchance we may be warned by the unmistakable counsels of the book, and give heed to the admonitions recorded in the holy tablets. Baha'u'llah, the Kitab-i-Iran. Do thou meditate on that which we have revealed unto thee, that thou mayest discover the purpose of God, thy Lord, and the Lord of all worlds. In these words the mysteries of divine wisdom have been treasured. Tablets of Baha'u'llah, Surya Wafa. Prayer and meditation are very important factors in deepening the spiritual life of the individual, but with them must go also action and example, as these are the tangible results of the former. Both are essential. Letter written on behalf of Shughi Effendi to an individual believer. The obligatory prayers are binding inasmuch as they are conducive to humility and submissiveness, to setting one's face towards God, and expressing devotion to Him. Through such prayer, man holdeth communion with God, seeketh to draw near unto Him, converseth with the true beloved of one's heart, and attaineth spiritual stations. Abdul Baha, from a tablet translated from Persian. The state of prayer is the best of conditions, for man is then associating with God. Prayer verily bestoweth life, particularly when offered in private, and at times, such as midnight, when freed from daily cares. Selections from the writings of Abdul Baha. In the highest prayer, men pray only for the love of God, not because they fear Him or hell, or hope for bounty or heaven. When a man falls in love with a human being, it is impossible for him to keep from mentioning the name of his beloved. How much more difficult is it to keep from mentioning the name of God when one has come to love Him? The spiritual man finds no delight in anything save in commemoration of God. Abdul Baha, cited in J.E. Esselmont, Baha'u'llah and the New Era. You may access many additional quotes from the Baha'i Reference Library and acquire additional information about the Baha'i Faith from Baha'i.org, the official website of the Baha'i Faith. Our purpose in life is greater than we could ever imagine. Our main goal is ultimately to assist humanity and aid in the development and growth of our spiritual family. For as Abdul Baha said, work done in the spirit of service is the highest form of worship. I would like to conclude today's episode with a healing prayer written by Baha'u'llah. Praised be Thou, O Lord my God. I implore Thee by Thy most great name, through which Thou didst stir up Thy servants, and build up Thy cities, and by Thy most excellent titles, and Thy most august attributes, to assist Thy people to turn in the direction of Thy manifold bounties, and set their faces toward the tabernacle of Thy wisdom. Heal Thou the sicknesses that have assailed the souls on every side, and have deterred them from directing their gaze toward the paradise that lieth in the shelter of Thy shadowing name, which Thou didst ordain to be the King of all names, unto all who are in heaven and all who are on earth. Potent art Thou to do as pleaseth Thee. In Thy hands is the empire of all names. There is none other God but Thee, the mighty, the wise. I am but a poor creature, O my Lord. I have clung to the hem of Thy riches. I am sore sick. I have held fast to the cord of Thy healing. Deliver me from the ills that have encircled me, and wash me thoroughly with the waters of Thy graciousness and mercy, and attire me with the raiment of wholesomeness, through Thy forgiveness and bounty. Fix then mine eyes upon Thee, and rid me of all attachment to aught else except Thyself. Aid me to do what Thou desirest, and to fulfill what Thou pleasest. Thou art truly the Lord of this life and of the next. Thou art, in truth, the ever-forgiving, the most merciful. Baha'u'llah.